Hi, this video is about a number of ways to get more sophisticated rhythm section sounds and playing into your finale file without having to notate it all. So one way is to take a program that generates rhythm section grooves in a way that is somewhat sophisticated, and then export it and bring it into Finale. So one program that does that is iReal Pro. Here's an example of a sort of jazz straight eighths groove. So what we do is we share, and then we share audio, and then we choose format MIDI. Okay, and then you put that exports it as a MIDI file, and then that goes to your desktop. Then you open it with Finale, and I'll show you what that looks like. Here, I'm going to right-click, open with Finale. It's a MIDI file, remember. Then there's a dialog box. You usually would just take whatever are the default settings, say OK. Then it appears like this, but in this form it only plays back MIDI sounds in Finale, which don't sound that great, and also sometimes it assigns the sounds incorrectly. So rather than deal with all that, what's better is to have your own template set up, your own song that you're working on with the sounds that you like, your Garrison sounds or whatever, and then just simply copy and paste. So I copy and pasted my piano part into the piano stave, and then I copied my bass line. Let me copy my bass line over. And now I've got the chords I want with a more sophisticated playback. Now the drums are a little bit trickier because the drum mapping doesn't always match up. So in a separate video I'll talk about how to remap drums as needed. But like for example in this template I don't even have all the cymbals and drums that are in that groove. So a simple way around it is to choose a MIDI groove from your own library that's similar to the one that you want. And you can store it in Finale. I'll show you where it is. It's under Plugins, Scoring and Arranging, Drum Groove. Now these are the MIDI files that are already in Finale, but you can drag in other MIDI files into the folder, the drum folder, and then you'll have a bigger library here. And I'll show you how to do that in a different video. But for now we'll just take something, it's not the same type of group, but I'll just take Mellow Samba. And you have a choice here. Now, if you try to import this into the existing drum staff, if you have Berkeley drum mapping set up, this will trigger different drums that will sound kind of weird. So instead of bothering with that, you can just have a new stave at the bottom of the score and then just hide. It'll play back, but you can just hide it, right? So if you click OK, and it would create a new stave at the bottom of the score right there. And I've already done this, so I'm going to not play this back. I'll show you but what you would do is you would hide it. So I'm just going to get rid of it for now, and I'm going to show you by going to scroll view that there it is. There's the drum groove, and it will sound correct because this stave that it generates is mapped in the same way as the drum groove. Okay, so this is what it's sounding like now. We've got all our MIDI stuff in there and the drum groove. Etc. Now, then if I go back to here, I've just hidden the drum stave with staff style. And so I can then use my normal stave here. It was actually empty. There's nothing here. And I can just use this for cosmetic, just to make the drums look the way I want them to look and put in kicks over time and stuff like that. But I don't have to show the actual drums. Now, if there is a measure or two where you actually want to show a real drum groove, then you would have to notate it in the Berkeley drum system in that one spot. But this way, this staff could even be muted. You wouldn't even have to get any sound out of this stave. And underneath everything, the drums would be playing with the hidden staff. So here it is. Now what can be kind of fun sometimes if you're writing is you can audition different grooves. So you could say like, I'm not sure I want that groove, so let me try a different one. You don't have to erase the one you already have. You can just click and select the thing, go back up to Plugins, say Scoring and Arranging Drum Groove, and let's try, I don't know, same thing was played over a medium funk groove. Okay, so I'm going to do the new stave at the bottom of the score thing. Here it is. It's going to appear. Then what I do is I go to Studio View, Command-Shift-E, and I simply mute the staves that I don't want to hear. So I'm going to mute the samba stave right now. And now I can hear the song with this groove. And then if, you try some different things, and again, like I'll show you in a different video how to add grooves to your library. Then when you got a groove that you like, the one that you don't like, if you don't like this one, you just click delete staves and reposition in the staff tool. And then this one, we keep it, but we're going to hide it by using the staff tool. We just, do our hide function so that when we're in page view, we don't see it. And then again, it's playing back. And then meanwhile, you can do whatever you want to this stave just for the drummer to read, and you would give it style indications and everything. So there you go. That's one way of doing it. You could do the same kind of thing with Logic or other programs that produce MIDI, that have MIDI files that they produce for groove styles. So I'll do some more follow-up videos on this same subject, but that's one to get you started with. And iReal Pro isn't very expensive. I think it's about $10 or something for the computer version. So it's a good source.